She's on the inside, she got the scoop on the ones to watch, on the ones that's hot. No one can do it quite like Caroline.
Spirit fingers. I'm so excited. Mallory Ervin is with me.
We're like old friends.
I know. Isn't that great?
We travel the world together, Caroline.
You're one of the few people in Amazing Race history, though, who has ever done Amazing Race 3 times.
Well, you would think third time's a charm, but it was not. It was real far from a charm, wasn't
Third
it?
time, it didn't quite go as planned, right?
It didn't. But, like, you know, you're close to your dad, too. So, like, my dad was my partner.
Oh, and y'all were Team Yellow.
Oh, Team Yellow, and it was just awesome. And, like, we almost won. And then...
So how many times, what place did y'all get first time you did it?
So, the first time we made it to the... like the leg before the leg. How many legs are there?
So maybe
Six.
Y'all got 6. So y'all made it to like the episode before the final episode.
Right. So we didn't go to like elimination station or anything. So we
Oh,
made
yeah,
it
which
pretty
is
far.
sequester.
We were the decoys. So we like ran the race to like fake out people so that if people took pictures around the world, like they wouldn't know who won the race.
Like fans, because
so it was the most fun.
Follow Amazing Race and like follow the race. They try to keep up with
They
it.
do. Do you remember?
Like fans do.
Like in all these countries.
Yes.
Here I am, Mallory.
Hey guys.
Like you watched it too?
There's a
And it
big
was
fan world out
fascinating.
there. So y'all were the decoys because
we were the
to throw
decoys.
people off.
So then we came home. We were at home. So you know, I'd just done Miss America, and then like we go straight into the race. So we come home from the race, and it's kind of sad that we didn't win. You know how it is. Like the first time when you didn't win because you were like all pumped up.
And doesn't it take a minute to recover?
It takes a minute to recover, like physically and mentally and emotionally.
Because you're like, all of a sudden, where's my camera crew following me around?
I know.
I'm doing all these things that are going to be seen by the world.
That
and
don't
like,
matter.
Yeah, that matter. And so then all of a sudden you're like, nothing matters now. What am I supposed to do?
Yeah, exactly. So we were at home, like dejected in our house. And it was like, you know, a week after the race had finished. So it's still 3 months until it's going to air, you know. You got to like that secret time.
Yes.
And the phone rings. It's Lynn Spillman, the casting director. And they said they would never do another All-Star season ever in the history of the show.
Why?
They just said they would never. Like they'd already done enough and like they were going to do other things. You know how they always say that, real dramatic?
Right.
So I answered the phone and she was like, hey,
Lynn, I love
Mallory,
Lynn.
would you and your dad be interested in doing an All-Star season if we wanted to do one? We're thinking, you know how she's real.
Oh, yeah.
Well, yes! Yes, we'd love to do it. You know, we're still in the high from the last one. So I run downstairs. My dad has no idea that it's even an option. I said, Dad, what's the best thing that could ever happen to you in your entire life that you never thought in a million years would happen? He said, Amazing Race is having an All-Star season and we got cast. I said, that's it! That's it.
So you and your dad just loved it.
Oh, man. It was like our thing.
But it is like well, okay. I need to preface. You have so much energy.
Oh, you're sweet. You do too.
But no, you can like put so much energy into a lot of things at one time. Like I can do one thing and I can really give it my all and then I'm tired.
Yeah.
But you can do it in a million different categories. So I feel like Amazing Race is finally the one thing on this earth that utilizes all of you.
Boundless energy.
Yes.
It was good. But it's bad for like concentration and like being serious and stuff. But then that's where my dad came in.
So you are the perfect team.
We were the perfect team. And like he's such a prepper. Like, you know, he's just climbed Everest this last year. He's getting ready to climb it again. He's
So
on
you're
the
just
mountain right
rushing
now.
through that. Your dad just climbed Mount Everest for fun. And he's like, what? How old is your dad?
60.
He just climbed Mount Everest for fun at
Yeah,
60?
It's not fun for the family, I'll tell you that right now.
Okay, so you and your dad were made for Amazing Race. You have all this energy, and now your dad is doing crazy things like climbing Everest?
Yeah, so I was a wild, crazy, just a wildcat that would kiss a taxi driver if I didn't have any money, or that would like run straight off of a cliff. Well, my dad asked me to do that a couple
Your
times.
dad asked you to kiss the taxi?
Because we didn't have any money. We don't have any money. You like kiss
Mallory,
him or something.
kiss him.
I mean, you talk about a serious man on Amazing Race.
He's like, we're going to use everything we got to win.
Every tactic. So, yes.
Did you kiss some taxi cab drivers?
I don't think I had to kiss that one. Thank the Lord. It was in Ghana. It was hot. It was sweaty.
Oh my gosh.
I had like cow manure on my hands. You know how it goes.
Yeah, yeah.
When you tell these stories to like normal people that don't get it, they're like, wait, what? You were where? And what were you? How were you doing that?
Yes.
I was racing around the world for $1 million. You never seen the show?
Yeah.
But so my dad, he's so awesome because he's like a prepper. Like he's got like the clothesline and he's got the packets of the detergent.
Well, he used the duct tape to like tape up the car one time.
Yeah, he's just a pro. So, but then I think he just got this thing from the race. I think he got this bug in him. Like he had to just keep adventuring and adventuring and adventuring. So, after our second season, I'm going to do all 7 summits, he said, before I turn 60. Like, 7 summits? What do you mean 7 summits? Kilimanjaro, K2, Everest. Like, he's going to do all the mountains. So he did all the mountains.
He did them all.
He did
So
all
your
the
dad
mountains.
just doesn't say he's going to do. That's the thing that distinguishes you and Gary, your dad, from everyone else is y'all don't just like have these grandiose ideas. You have them and then you actually do them, and you don't just do them, you do them well.
Well, thanks. That's nice of you to say.
But how?
Well, until he doesn't make it off one of these dang mountains.
So he's going back?
He's going back.
What's wrong
So
with
he's
him?
I don't,
Something's wrong with
Something's
him,
wrong.
Gary.
You know, he says like,
Once
he's
is
like,
enough.
he's like something about climbing mountains. He loves it. He loves, because you know, he's running these big businesses and he's a very successful man. So he loves going on these mountains because he's just free of everything. Like he can unplug or whatever. And he always says this quote, and I think it's really cool. He's like, if you don't believe in God, climb a mountain. He's like, there's something cool just on the top of that mountain. It's just something different that he's never been able to find, like anywhere else doing anything else in the world. But like Everest, okay, do it once.
Yeah.
You lived.
Yes.
Good job.
Way to go, Gary. You did all 7. But he said, no, I'm not done.
No.
So he
he
needs
was
that
like-
huge rush.
He does. So he lives for that like adrenaline rush. You know, he's a pilot. He does all these other
But
things.
you have that same need too.
Yeah, but
You're a
like,
pilot also.
I got some common sense about me to know. Maybe the body can't withstand this like more than once. So yeah, so he's going in September. He's going to do it again because he made it like 150 or something steps from the summit. Almost there.
Oh, so he doesn't feel like he completed it.
But people were like, everybody's dying. They're like, Gary, if you keep going, you're going to die.
No, but people were like literally dying, right?
Yes, like a lot of people.
Like it's not even a joke. Like this is for
Ain't
real.
no joke. So yeah, so that's my mom. I'm like, I talk to my mom. We laugh all the time. We're like, he's gonna die. It's not funny, but he is. And my mom's like, if the Lord's gonna take him on Everest, then he's gonna take him on the couch at the same. And I was like, no, you know, he's getting a little closer to God on the top of that mountain.
Mallory!
Oh no, you just gotta pray for him.
Do you just have to let it go? You
have
can't
to.
worry about it?
Yeah, because you know he's always like, I'm not gonna stay at home and like get old, and like he keeps saying that. I'm not gonna let myself go. He's like, I have to have something that is so challenging and so physically, mentally, emotionally taxing that it keeps me young. It keeps me alive. It keeps me living for something. And I wish
get
he'd
that.
choose something else besides
I
like
know.
Mount Everest.
He's really gotten to the top of what you could actually pick for that rush.
Like he's all the way up there.
Okay, so you grew up. You're just like such a fascinating person.
Oh, Caroline.
You
thanks.
are. You grew up on a compound with 23 cousins, and y'all all lived together.
Uh-huh.
I need to know how your childhood looked.
So we call it a compound. It wasn't like a weird compound. It was like a cool compound. We just call it a compound because my grandparents lived.
Is
like
this
in the
your
same-
dad's parents or your mom's?
My dad's.
Okay.
My mom's also live in the same like county, but not on the same farm. So it's like out in the middle of nowhere. It's called Boxville. Population like whatever my family is at the time. And so my grandparents, and then we all built houses around. So there's 6 siblings in my dad's family, and then all these kids, and I'm the oldest. And
So
I
you're
just
the
had
oldest of all 23.
all 23. So I was the queen. I was the chief of
Did you
the
boss
Indian
everyone
tribe.
around?
Oh, wow, Lord, yes. Yes, I was the boss.
Yes, you were.
Oh, Lord. I know. I had to like let go of that. Like,
How did you let go of that? Because you had a whole like army underneath you,
I mean, it's tough.
and you can run a ship, I bet.
I can run a ship.
Because you know you have places to go. Like you're not one of those people that's like, oh, I don't know what to do. Like you know what you want to do.
Well, that's why I can do a lot of things at once, probably, because I grew up in this where there was so much going on. Even though there was nothing going on, there were no restaurants. There was a Walmart that was 15 miles away. We had one high school in our whole county. I mean, it's such a small town, but you know, we lived a worldly life when we were little. Like, you know, I think it was the minds of my family that, you know, they brought things into our houses that, like, it wasn't about where we lived, but, you know, just this setting. It was just cool. In the backyard, my pawpaw, Bud, he's still alive, still making moonshine and bourbon. Like, he's having us help, like, make the mash for bourbon, like making family bourbon. Everybody's like into hunting and just all this awesome stuff. I mean, it was a really cool way
Did
to
you
grow
play
up.
with your cousins every day?
Oh my gosh, yes. We built things, we sunk things, we wrecked things.
So like would all 23 of y'all play every day?
Yeah.
Did y'all divide up into groups?
No,
or?
it's like I had 12 siblings all the time. There were always like 10 kids sleeping in your house, and like
How
everybody's like piled into
fun.
other people's cars, and you don't know where your child is, but you know that they're at one of their aunts
With
or uncle's
somebody.
house. Hopefully.
Wow.
Yeah, so it was fun.
So do you just love going home?
Yeah, I mean, it's just, you know, like, when you have an upbringing like that, like you always want to like capture it. I try to like bring it into my own life. Like my siblings live here. Even though we live in Nashville, I'm like, we got to keep this family thing going. Like just this last week, we went to Vail all together, and it's just, my family's just all about just having the best time with our family. Like that's always been my best friends, were my family. And you know, whether you have like a small family or whether you're married into a family or whatever, like make your family and like those are your people. And you know,
I love that, and have fun and enjoy
it's
each
just the best
other.
time.
Okay, so you said when you were growing up, you learned how to do all sorts of hobbies all the time. Like you just would pick up sewing, you'd pick up flying an airplane,
I
you
did all
pick
kinds
up.
of stuff.
What kind of hobbies have you just picked up? Because these aren't just like little hobbies, like learning the ukulele. Like you can do a lot of really complicated things.
Yeah. So I mean, I think too, when you have a creative mind, like you go from one thing to the next, to the next, to the next.
But not everyone does that really well like you do.
Well, thanks. I don't know if I've necessarily done it well, but I've definitely like done it. I mean, I was interested in so many things as a child. I always was like creative, and like I loved to sing and dance and act and you know all that stuff. But like when that got a little old to me, then I had to start like picking up other things. I got to learn to fly an airplane.
So you
Or
learned
I gotta
how to
learn
fly an airplane?
and play an instrument. Or I
Can you fly and land an
So
airplane?
I have a student license. So I learned in college because like you just need to learn to fly an airplane, even though I don't fly airplanes
Yeah,
anymore.
I mean that's a great thing to just learn how to do. I mean I don't know if I could make myself do
I
it
feel like
though.
I just do it for my resume sometimes, you know.
But you can actually take it off and land it.
Yeah, a small plane, but I'm a little rusty, so.
Okay, and then you just learned the ukulele.
No, I didn't finish
You
that.
didn't finish that one.
Yeah, but like with the sewing and stuff, like if I can't master it pretty quickly, I move on to the
You're
next
moving
thing.
on.
Yeah.
Okay, so what are some other hobbies that you have?
I mean, like, obviously love beauty, everything makeup and fashion and stuff like that. Like, I used to make my own clothes whenever I was little and, you know, stuff like that. And then, like, beauty, that's always been a huge thing for me.
And then
I
once you
started-
got interested, you just owned it.
Because, like, glam is so fun. And, like, everybody loves makeup. Everybody loves, like, feeling beautiful. And that was something that, you know, when I was 10 years old, I can remember like starting to do people's makeup and just like loving it. And even though I was singing, that was my main thing and stuff, I always had all these other hobbies. But that's one thing that's kind of woven into like everything that I've done. It helped me out at Miss America.
Which leads you to Miss America.
Which is so random.
So explain to me how, okay, you grew up on the compound,
I know.
population, family is where you live, and now you're like, okay, here I am coming to do Miss America.
So it's just really random. So I didn't do pageants. I was not a pageant.
You weren't a pageant girl.
No,
Okay, so
I'm
how'd you
still
get
not.
into this?
So, I mean, and I was like, I'm short.
You are, you're like 5.
I'm like really 5.
Are you
only
like 5? Just 5, flat.
5.
Flat
So,
5.
Just 5. And like, I didn't know you could qualify if you're just 5, but you can.
Well, you can because you can do anything.
Well, so a lot of people don't know this about like, you know, Miss America, it's about other things. It's not a beauty pageant.
Okay.
It's like 35% is talent, and I was a singer, and I had a good talent.
You're a
compared to
great
these girls.
singer.
But thanks. Well, in the pageant world, I was good because everybody's not good in the pageant world.
Well, you got pipes.
But well, thank you. So do you. And like that was a lot, and then like swimsuit and onstage question and interview, and I knew like I could do an interview.
So
And,
swimsuit though, I mean, you went beast
Well,
mode.
yeah, I got my dad's body, the muscles and such. So if I can get all that fat off of it, then I'm good to go. So I was able to do that, luckily.
So you decided you're going to do Miss America. Then you train
Yeah.
for it, and what happens? How do you enroll? How do you make it to actually getting to be the representative for your state?
So yeah, like it's cool because it's a job. So I loved like speaking and traveling and doing all this cool stuff. And a lot of people don't realize like the winner, so the Miss Kentucky will work for the Department of Agriculture, and I got to speak to like schools and stuff.
And
And
you're
I
going on
love
public speaking. What are you
Yeah.
talking about?
I mean, all kinds of things. When I have like an audience of 800 kids, and like I'm already like wild and fun. Like a lot of these pageant girls are like,
No, not you.
but like I had the best time. I'd be like, get out here, and like just fun times and putting the crown on the boys, and just like we were having the best time. These kids say the funniest things and ask the funniest questions, and it taught me how to like, you know, respond quickly and like,
yes.
and that helped
It's a
me like
skill.
later in life. But yeah, so it was random. It was one day my dad was like, I think you should be Miss America. We were like on the way to church. That's how he talks, or that's how I say he talks.
You know what I love about your dad is he doesn't just say that. He actually says it and means it.
Yeah, he
He's
means
like,
it.
you can do it.
So I was like, okay. So then I was like, okay, I'll try it. So
And I love how you're just like, I can do that.
I did. So you have to do a local pageant. I won my first local pageant. Then you go to Miss Kentucky. There's like 32 girls that qualify to go. And it's first year, for some reason, in a black velvet turtleneck catsuit and shoulder padded. Well, I was about to make fun of a sequin jacket, but look at me now.
Look at you now, girl.
I had French and shoulder pads in that one, though, so I only have one set. I had 2 sets in that one. I sang Rocky Top at Miss Kentucky for my talent. Clearly, there were some things that I hadn't figured out yet.
Hey, but you're just working out. You're just doing it. You're going all in.
Yeah.
Just diving in.
Yes. So I got top 10 that year, Miss Congeniality. I was like, okay, now I got to come back. I got to win this thing. Got real serious about it. Real like stressed and like, what length do you think my hair should be and what color do you think my dress should be? And
You were getting like down to the
song?
detail.
Yeah, and you know how sometimes you think like, I want to do this, and then you listen to everybody else but your dang self. When your self is who like knows how you're gonna look the best. So I listened to all these people, and I thought it was about like being perfect and having everything right, and that is the most opposite from me. So that year I didn't win, and I thought that was the year I was gonna win. I was just gonna go to Miss America and move on with my life. And I was 4th runner-up, and that was the thing in my life that happened. I hadn't lost anything before.
Okay.
And that was the thing that happened that made, now I love to lose.
Tell me why.
Because every time I've lost something in my life, like not only is it like you come back, you try harder, but every time like another door opened for me.
Can we like focus on that for a second?
Yeah.
Because that is the thing in life that is very hard to learn in the beginning. Like those first few times that you're learning that, like, and we talk about this. You and I have face planted hard and stuff. Like we've given it our all, and it just like didn't.
Yeah.
Well, face planted for us. It's all relative.
Yeah.
You know? But once you face plant and you like realize that, okay, well shoot, that sucked, and this really is a painful experience, and I don't like the way I'm feeling. But once you like survive it, it's like a whole new world's
It's the
opened up.
best. Like thank God I lost. Like I'm
Right.
just so glad.
Okay, so tell me why. Thank God. What did that lead to?
I mean, so like obviously then it led me to the next year where I like let go of a lot of things. It was my last year to compete for Miss Kentucky. I
this
really
is your
wanted-
last chance.
I wanted to be Miss Kentucky. I wanted to be Miss America. Like I wanted to do all this stuff, and you know I just kind of like let go of things.
What did you let
sang
go
the
of?
song I wanted to sing. Everybody's like, you'll never win with that song.
So you decided to do you.
I decided to just do it myself. All these people that were telling me how to do it had never won a pageant. They weren't Miss America.
Right.
So I was like,
Why am I listening to them over myself?
I feel like so many people do that in careers. They like people tell them what to do, or you shouldn't do that. And you should look at them and be like, well, did you
Have you done?
when did you do that?
Yeah.
You didn't do that. So like listen to
Right.
yourself.
So why? So true.
So I let it go, and like it's so funny. This is a funny story. So like I had kind of lost my mind there at the end before I decided to let it all go, because I was so stressed, and I
you're
just
probably trying
wanted
to keep
win.
it all so tight and do everything right.
And so I called my mom, and my mom was on. I have 4 siblings. My youngest brother was in the 8th grade, and they go on
You
this
have 4 siblings, so there's 5 of you.
or they're 3. So I'm the
You're
oldest
the
of
4th.
4.
Okay.
So they were on this like trip, this Washington D.C. He went to Catholic school. They were like visiting all these places, and they were visiting a cathedral. And I called my mom, and I like had lost my mind. I was like, Mom, I can't. I just don't know. I can't do it anymore. It's too stressful. I just feel like it's just not my time. Look, what if I lose? And like I just totally lost it. And usually my mom's like, you're gonna be great. And at that point in time, she'd heard it so many times that she was like, I don't know what to tell you. I gotta ask the Lord or something. So she walks in, and they were going into cathedral. It's so funny. So the kids had already gone in there.
Because y'all are a big Catholic family.
Yeah. So, and like we were like, sometimes you gotta be like, Jesus, God, whoever you're talking to, you gotta send me something right now.
I
You
need-
gotta send
I
me
need
a
a sign.
So my mom was like, I don't know what to do. This crazy child of mine, she's like, send me a sign. She like knelt down in that church and said that prayer, and she looked up, and the mosaic behind the whole altar was it was a picture of Jesus putting a crown on Mary's head, and it said, on her head will be placed a crown of 12 stars. And my mom was like, all right.
Oh my God! I
Let's
just got
go.
body chills. I mean, that's crazy.
Yeah, and I mean, whether you're a religious person or not, like I feel like sometimes the universe, it sends you those signs.
I totally agree if you're willing to look for them.
And the funny thing is, my mom could have been like, walk out of that church and been like, I saw this thing and you're gonna win. But she didn't even tell me she saw that. She knew in her heart, I gotta keep supporting her and like let
Because
her do it how
was that
she
a
needs
sign
to
for
do
her?
it. Yeah.
So then she just gave you confidence to
Yeah.
carry on.
Like, you're gonna be fine. So I did it.
So
I
your
won.
mom already knew you were gonna win,
She knew. Yeah.
and she like knew it in
She
her
knew.
core.
Jesus told her. So
And Jesus did tell her, and you won. Oh my God.
I know, it's funny. So then I went to Miss America, and the year of Miss Kentucky was just a joy. I feel like I was built for something like that. I was on my hands and knees, like at the county fair, doing these watermelon eating contests and stuff, like, because it's a cool role, you know. A lot of pageants sometimes are played out. There's so much more to it than that. And it put me in such a cool place where, like, what I was made for and the person that I was, it fit
You're
in
an
there like a puzzle
extrovert,
piece.
and you want to help people, and you want to talk to people, and you want to
thanks.
inspire people.
And it was the best time.
And
it
it's
was the best
beauty,
year.
it's performance,
Yeah,
it's everything.
It was everything I like to do. So I got to Miss America, and I was runner-up. I like almost won. At the
What
end,
is that
I didn't
like?
even want to win at the end, I don't think.
Why?
I don't know. I just decided. I was like, you know what? I'm having such a great time being Miss Kentucky. And in the back of my mind, maybe I felt like I was supposed to do something else, something more. And by God, if I didn't lose that pageant, I got a call the next week like, you want to do Amazing Race?
So that's how you got to Amazing Race. So if you would have actually won Miss America,
Couldn't have done it.
you couldn't have done you couldn't have done Amazing Race.
Right. Yeah, and then if I hadn't won the first season of Amazing Race, I couldn't have done the second. And if I hadn't won the second season of Amazing Race, I couldn't have done the third.
Right. If you would have won the first time you did Amazing Race,
Yeah.
you'd have never been invited back.
Losing is the best.
Losing is the best. Isn't that interesting?
It's funny.
I swear to you. Okay, so now you're a YouTube star.
Oh gosh, I don't know about star.
No,
I'm
you
trying to
are. You are. Okay. I just have to. I don't even know how to like start this because you have so much stuff, content,
Oh,
things,
that's nice.
talent to offer the world, and I am just now learning what YouTube
Oh,
is.
thank you,
Because I
Karen.
haven't figured it out, but I went to your channel recently, and I've been watching it every day. How do you do all this?
Well,
And explain to me what it is, because it's amazing.
I mean, you would crush it on a YouTube
But I
channel.
don't have the stamina and the
Yes, you
energy like you do
do.
to do this. It's like running an operation
You do.
all the time.
I think for YouTube, there are a lot of different people on YouTube, but for me, it was perfect.
Really, one thing before you started though, you told me before you started your YouTube thing, you go, I want to become a YouTube like person, influencer, whatever you call this. And then you just did it. You did it within like a year.
Well, just like all the things you've done in your life.
But you
Sometimes
just
if
did
you
it.
decide it and you envision it and like, you just can do it.
But you just did it within 1 year.
Well,
You have like 50,000 subscribers already.
Thanks. I know, but you feel like it's never enough. You have to celebrate your successes. That's something that you have to learn in this world. And in this influencer business and YouTube in general, like you have to celebrate your successes. I mean, it's awesome that I can do all these random things I've done in my life. I can put all those together and I can literally like do whatever I want to do.
Like there's a home for them all.
Yes, there's a home for them all on that. And that's what's awesome. Like 2 years ago, after doing Miss America and Amazing Race, and then I filmed travel shows and stuff, pilots and all these pilots.
Do you feel like
for
you've been
all
in the
these cool
TV
shows.
world forever? And like,
Yeah.
where are the pilots?
Where
did they
are
go?
they?
Where did the shows go? Like you give your whole heart and soul. It's like, where is it?
And they say, it's for sure going to get picked up.
Oh God, if I haven't heard that once, I've heard it a million times.
Never gets picked up.
And
But
sometimes
like,
you let yourself believe that it will, and then
I
it
know.
doesn't. But once again, you love to lose, so it
yeah,
always leads to something
it always
else.
leads to something great.
Thank you for letting me lose again.
Yes, losing is the best. So I feel like, 2 years ago, I was like, how am I going to bring all this random crap together?
And how am I gonna make it into a job?
How am I going to make it into a job and a career and a long-term career? And everybody was doing these blogs. So I was like, what, should I do a blog? So I started a blog. 3 weeks later, I started a YouTube channel, signed with management almost immediately, started pulling in brand deals. I did the Chevrolet, the CMA Fest, and stuff like that, like right
meant to
out of
be.
the gate. And I feel like it was meant to be for me. And
So tell me why it's meant to be for you.
I just feel like, for me, I can't get pigeonholed into doing one thing.
You can't.
I think that's why, like,
You have too much to do.
I couldn't settle in a music career. Yes, like singing was my talent and everything, but I wanted to do so many different things. And I knew if I signed a record deal, if I had the opportunity to do something like that, that was going to be what I was going to be doing.
That's it. One thing.
That's
Maybe you
it.
could do like something else later,
Yeah,
but you
like,
can't do them all at the same time.
I love to have like a portfolio life where I'm doing like all these different things. And luckily, that's why I never signed with management, because they were like, so what do you want us to represent you for? What do you want to do? What do you do? And I'm like, I do this and this and this and this. And they're like,
Yeah.
So yeah, YouTube is awesome for me because I can do everything.
And did it just
And-
start growing right away for you?
It did, but I wish that it would grow quicker. And I think that's where a lot of people, I think, like move on from this, because this influencer world, because you can look at numbers and stuff, or you can look at engagement. And my followers are followers.
They are.
They are fans, and they are, regardless if I have 90,000 followers on Instagram, I'm getting the same kind of engagement that people with 1 million followers get. And I have to every day be like, thank you for this. Thank you for 50,000 on
Yes.
YouTube. Thank you for every single person that
awesome.
watches, like, I feel like is engaging. Not every single, but, that's something to be thankful for. And I hope to grow it organically and then
Yes.
turn into some sort of blend of like an Oprah and a Martha Stewart and a DJ Khaled or something.
And a
Mother
who?
Teresa.
A DJ?
I don't know. I pick all the different ones. I'd like to have a little bit of
Yes.
Martha Stewart, a little bit of Oprah, a little bit of DJ Khaled, and a little bit of Mother
This
Teresa.
is DJ Colin?
Because he's so positive.
Oh, okay.
He's the one that's like another one.
don't know what that is. Is
so
he
funny.
a singer?
He's like he like produces rap
I'm
videos.
so old. I've got to get with the young
No,
people.
it's not. I don't even know him that well. He's just like all so positive. I think positivity and, you know, optimism and happiness and like energy, it just like feeds off, it multiplies.
It
And
does.
like,
what you put out,
breeds
you get
things.
back.
Yeah. And so I just, you know.
And like you said before, all these other pilots that you're shooting, it's like you shoot these pilots, where do they go? So now you're shooting this stuff and you're like, it's not to be wasted.
It's there. Even if 1,000 people watch it, like 1,000 people saw it. Where'd all those pilots go that we saw? How many people saw that?
Zip.
15?
Yeah.
The one person that was like, nah.
Yeah.
It's so great, like being able to sit in my living room and be able to listen to somebody say, I'm getting ready to get married. I can't afford to hire somebody to do my hair and makeup, and be able to create a bridal makeup tutorial. Or somebody saying, I can't lose weight. I'm like, well, Lord have mercy.
Oh my God,
Lord
your
knows,
weight loss video?
Lord knows I couldn't lose weight for 25 years, and I know a lot about that. 25. I'm gonna
Your
act like
weight
I'm
loss
25.
stuff, I watched it. You're like, oh, this is so easy. But then I actually,
is easy.
I was talking to my sister about it because I was like, okay, I watched Mallory Ervin's weight loss thing. And I was like, she does the treadmill on 15 incline for 50 minutes and does all these ab crunches. And Kevin's like, that is so hard to walk
It's
on a
not
treadmill.
hard.
Not for you because you're the Energizer Bunny. And when you say this, you go, I want to find the quickest, fastest route to get what I want. And so-
Always in my life, I've wanted
but,
to do that.
But you're not scared of hard work though. That's the key ingredient that
Right.
you will work your ass off, but you want it to be quick and fast.
Yeah, and I don't, like, I think a lot of people feel like they have to master something before they jump headfirst into it. I've never wanted to, I didn't even watch YouTube before I became a YouTuber. I didn't know anything about YouTube. I called it the YouTube. So, like, here I am 2 years later, like, the YouTube is my job, and, like, I don't know anything about YouTube. And you don't have to master things. You just have to I figured out what works for me.
So what works for you?
I think I've always loved human beings. I love connecting to people just like you. And I think YouTube, they're sitting in their living room with their laptop open. They're hungry for something. They're looking for something they don't have in their own life, or they can't figure it out.
They need help or
They
guidance.
need help or guidance or
relatability.
inspiration.
Yes.
Something. Or like somebody saying, it wasn't always easy. Like they see you here in a sparkly jacket and like being like, oh, this stuff is awesome. And they send me packages and stuff, but it's not always easy.
It
They
isn't.
need somebody that can, like, you know, inspire them to like live their best life.
Do you share truth? Like do you share the painful moments too?
You have to.
So tell me some of the painful moments you've shared.
I mean, like always, when you grow up the oldest of all those kids and like you're the perfect child and you do all these things right, whenever you start like losing and whenever you start like having tough times, you're confused by that because like, what?
It's not supposed to go like
It's not
that.
supposed to go like that.
And that's not your image.
It's not my image. Wasn't my image.
Yeah.
But then, like, you know, you have to embrace those things that teach you things. Also, I think, too, like, you can't be afraid to reinvent yourself. Like, when you fail at something or, like, when something's just, like, not taking fire or when you don't feel right in something, you can't be afraid to reinvent yourself. I
Because
always
you
said,
were thinking, like, all these people might judge you or think
yeah,
you
or they
failed.
think you failed. Or, like, I was always saying, like, I wanted to sing country music. I totally reinvented myself. And then after Miss America, I totally reinvented myself doing travel stuff. Totally reinvented myself. And just like you know, you can't be afraid to reinvent yourself completely.
Do you feel like it gets easier once you start reinventing yourself? Like, do you think it gets easier to do it once you realize that really the failure is not what you thought it would
Yeah,
be?
totally.
Like kind of how you say, I love to lose.
Definitely.
I'm gonna hashtag you on
Yeah, yeah. I love to lose.
that. Mallory Ervin, I love to lose. It opens new doors.
It does. All new opportunities. And, you know, went through a really tough time in my life like 3.5 years ago. And I thought I had so many expectations. I thought everybody expected me to do all these things that like I wasn't doing and all this old stuff. I was drinking too much. I was hooked on sleeping pills. I just, you know, it was a tough time. And, you know, I was looking to like numb everything, all those tough things. And I stopped everything 3.5 years ago. I have nothing.
that hard?
I'm like raw in the world. When something bad happens to me, I can't drink a glass of wine. Like
You
I gotta
just
deal
feel
with
it.
And
You're
was the
just like
best
raw
thing.
energy all the time.
It was the best thing because I think when you have to go inside and be like, yo, what's wrong with me? Why am I feeling
Was
like
that
this?
hard to give everything up?
Yes, it was hard. It's
How
the
do you-
hardest thing ever, but it's the best thing ever. Best
Does it
thing I
get
ever did.
easier as
Oh
you
yeah,
go along?
absolutely. Like now, I don't even think about it, and I'm really grateful that like I got a deep dive. Every time something goes wrong, like I can't numb it out. I don't have the things that I used to numb it out. So I have to
You
look.
got a deep dive. Oh my
got a
gosh,
deep
tweet.
dive.
This is Oprah. Like, that's the tweetable moment.
Oh man, but like, thank goodness.
So you
know?
just deal with your shit.
yeah, I got to.
When you have something come up, you have to like look at it in the eyeballs and just like figure out how to
Yeah.
move on. How great though! In the long run,
great.
it's so much better to deal with it up front
Yeah.
than just let it snowball, and then all of a sudden you get like overwhelmed by your snowball.
Yeah, and like in this world that we live in, like it's like a grocery store of things that you can like numb yourself with. Anything, and not to say I still don't numb myself. I mean, I overshop a little bit. I overeat a little
Well,
bit.
now it's your job, so it's okay.
Yeah. So, but I mean, you know, I don't hope for everyone to like go through something like I went through, but you hope that people learn a different way to do their lives. They learn to do that deep dive. They learn to, you know, because when you brush and brush and brush stuff under a rug for so long, like then you got a big old mountain in your living room.
Yeah.
And like, what are you going to do with that if you don't have the tools? I had to learn. Now, not to say I have got some great therapists.
I love therapy.
I love it.
I don't know why everyone thinks like therapy is this bad thing. Why would you not invest in yourself? Like, to me,
Exactly.
I'm living with this brain
Yeah.
and this life. Why would I not invest in myself?
And like, you want to live your best life, and you need help to live your best life.
You need
sometimes.
guidance. Sometimes you don't know the tools.
I'm not a professional at that, at those certain things.
Yes.
Yeah, and like, it's just, you know, that's what I hope to be for people too. You know, yes, I'm doing makeup and I'm talking about fashion and cooking videos, but there's something else I think that comes through in that it's like, you know, I can teach people. I can show people, you know, how I got to the point that I'm at now, like how I've gone through tough things, how like losing has helped me win, and how, you know, positivity and joy
Do you
and
think
energy.
positivity is a key ingredient?
I think positivity and joy. I always say joy. I think that joy can change your life. And people are always like, yeah, but you always been like that. Shoot, I was like laying on my floor bawling, crying for like a whole year. I was not always like that. Bawling, crying in the grocery store, bawling, crying like in the line at the bank.
Just lost, trying to figure it out.
Yeah, and so like you can pull yourself up.
You
and,
have
like,
to make the choice to do that.
to find joy every day. Yeah. And like look at life as totally, like, it's so cliche, but look at it as half full, because every bad thing, like, it can lead to something really good. And I always hope for people to find that in their lives. And I was like, by God, I'm gonna start a YouTube channel and I'm gonna cook a video and I'm gonna show them how to do makeup, and somehow that's gonna come through, and maybe I can help, you know, somebody with something like that.
It's amazing. What you have done is amazing. So we're going to wrap up here in a little bit, but tell me, because I think you're such an inspiring person, and you've gone through so much, you've experienced so much, what do you think the point of life is?
Oh man. You know, it's a funny thing because everybody says it, and it's like, why does everybody not get it? I do think that the point of life is to like bring joy to other people, though. I think the point of life, I think first you have to find it in yourself, because you certainly can't bring it to other people. But I totally think like it's about figuring out how to be joyful and happy and live your life right, but it's more so about like, how do you bring it to other people? I think you're totally bringing it to other people through podcasts. I think I'm totally bringing it to other people.
Don't you think you have to find what you love to do, though? Like,
Yes.
loving what you do is important. I
It
think.
is. Yeah, but I've loved to do so many different things, and I couldn't get caught up on like, is this the thing?
Yeah.
I rode the waves like when they came along.
Right.
And they were the most random waves.
But you were loving the wave.
I loved it. I had the greatest time, but I think it's too because I've like found joy in a lot of different things, and I can always find it. Even in like the toughest times in my life, like I could find it.
How do you
Like,
find
I couldn't
it?
keep it.
Where do you go to find that joy in yourself?
All different places. I can't go to Bottle Line anymore.
Nope. Now you got to dive deep.
gotta
Like, do you
deep
go to
dive.
your faith, or how do you
I go to my
find
faith a lot. I go to what I do a lot. I used to go to what I do, like, and that was like all. But like, you can't. Also, something else I learned in my life is like, what you do doesn't define you.
Amen to that.
And like, people ask, who are you? And I used to be like, oh, I
This
did
is
Miss
what
America,
this,
and I
and
did
this.
the Amazing Race, and I did that. And I realized like one time, like, that's not who I am.
That's what you did.
I'm like this human being. I like this and I like that, and now I'm doing this, and you know, who you are is not like what you did. So I try to find a balance of finding joy in my work. It's hard to get off social media when everybody's being all positive and you're able to put positivity out there and do cool things, because I think you have to find a balance in your real life too, because I find joy in cooking dinner for my brand new husband.
Sweet, new, adorable husband.
I do. And I find joy in, I mean, a lot of different things. I find joy in like helping other people that are going through struggles, because I've gone through struggles, and you know, I find joy in a lot of different things. But I also find joy in trying to be satisfied with where I'm at, because it's tough. When the sky's the limit and it's a wild, wild west like it is with influencers and doing what we do right now, you can do so many different things right now. But like, I have to celebrate where I am.
Because you have
every
come,
once in a while.
What you have accomplished when in just a short time in the YouTube world is crazy.
That's nice, but you just want more.
I know, because once you reach one goal, then all of a sudden the world opens and there's a whole new set of opportunities and goals. But you know, what else would you do on this life if you don't have something to keep striving for?
Exactly.
You know,
exactly.
so I think that's good. Every new layer, you get a new set of opportunities. And anyone can achieve these things.
Anybody, I always say that. There's room for everyone. I think when you find people in any industry that are strong-arming people that are trying to come in, that won't give advice, that won't help other people, those people, you know, there's something within them that they're afraid they're not going to succeed or something. Because with me, I want to, if someone's like, how do I do this? I want to tell
me how to Instagram.
Because I want you to have as much as like I have.
You taught me how to do filters and editing and all this stuff and make it look fancy.
And like, because other people help me with that. And like, I've never understood why people don't help other people do the same things, because there is room for everyone. It's not all a competition. Which is funny because I'm a really competitive person, I think. But like, I'm competitive in competitions, but like, I know when something's not a competition too.
Right, right.
Like, because sometimes it's not. Sometimes it's just like you. If you're meant to be the person that comes out to the top, you're meant to be. But if you're not,
and as long as you're doing your best, you get there, and it shows you all these other opportunities.
Yeah. So, I'm all about like helping other people, and you know, it sounds so cliche, but it's like, I want to help people, and I'm like, but are you? Do you? Because like, you have to find your outlet to do that, to spread what it is that you want to spread that message or that joy or that lipstick.
Which brings people joy.
Yeah, it does. It does. Lipstick brings people joy.
I love it. Okay, so the last question, we should be here one more time. You just got this beautiful hair.
It's not mine.
It looks so good. Love it. I like to wrap up my interviews with leave your light. So this whole thing's been inspiring, obviously, but leave some inspiration of how you have been inspired or how you would like to inspire people.
How I have been inspired, Lord have mercy. You know, I've been really lucky, Caroline, in my life, I think, to have so many inspirational people. Like, anytime I needed to be inspired, all those people were like readily available. I think you have to look to other people for inspiration, to other things for inspiration a lot of times. So, gosh, so many people have inspired me. My dad inspires me all the time because my dad is all about living life to the fullest, 150,000%.
He is.
Yeah.
He never slacks.
Yeah, so that's inspiring to me because my dad has built incredible multi-million-dollar companies. Incredible. But it's 0% is about like that kind of monetary success or like being acknowledged by his peers for doing certain things and being a pioneer in an industry. Like, he finds success in his own happiness, and that inspires me. Because yes, like, what if I get 10 million YouTube subscribers? Like, that's gonna be so awesome. But like, if I look at all the people that have had major success like that, they always like come back down and like come back and they're like, I found it within myself, and like, that's not what made me happy.
You have
so that's
to have
inspiring
it within
to
yourself.
me. Yeah. And I think to inspire other people, you know, like I've said through this whole interview, like, when you don't make it to the top, like whatever you thought it was that you were supposed to win and achieve, like, just know, look at my life and look at your life, and so many opportunities that are even better than what you thought was the top can come out of like losing something or failing at something. Yes. And
be open,
and then like finally, like, just have joy, strive for joy and energy and positivity. And even when you fall on your face and it's the worst in your life and you don't want to live another day, like, know that you can literally, if you make it through that, be the most joyful person on the face of the earth. Like, it's all in your hands. I think that's probably it.
And drop the mic, Mallory Ervin. I'm telling you.
Oh no.
I am telling you, you are going to be your own Martha Stewart, Oprah, the whole brand.
Thank you.
I'm just so happy to know you.
I'm happy to know you. Thank you for having me.
Joining me. And you're going to sing us like a little acapella song?
Well, shall I?
Well, yeah, we have a stage that we're going to do, or should we just do it right here since we're sitting down?
Okay.
Do you want to stand up on the stage?
No, I don't have to stand on the stage.
Let's stand up on the stage. You know what? We're going to take Mallory to the stage, and she's going to do us one acapella song.
Okay, like, what song should I sing?
Your best.
Teal Audio's newest speaker line, the Aurora Livestream speakers, are designed to fit seamlessly into your home with its wide range of connectivity. To check out the latest speaker line, go to tealaudio.com.
Okay, will you sing us a song?
I will. I didn't know I was singing a song until just now, so I hope it's going to be okay.
It's going to be great. So what are you going to sing us?
So since we talked about Miss America, should I do my Miss America song? My own pageant rendition.
Let's go,
It's been so long since I sang a song, but I miss singing songs. So.
Okay, take it away.
Okay. So this is On My Own from Les Mis, but my Miss America version of it.
Okay.
On my own, pretending he's beside me, all alone, I walk with him till morning. Without him, I feel his arms around me. Then when I lose my way, I close my eyes and he has found me. And I know it's only in my mind that I'm talking to myself.
That was perfect.
Oh, God.
I can't remember the key change.
The thing I love about you is like you're like, yeah, I'll sing a song. Yeah, we just do it.
Oh, Lord.
I freaking love it.
Oh, you're the best. Thank you for having me. This was the most fun.
Thank you so much for joining me on my podcast, Mallory Ervin, YouTube phenom. Thank y'all for tuning in to Hyper Caroline Hobby. Check her out, Mallory Ervin.
Yeah, subscribe.
We're getting to 10 million, okay?